Nomnom. One of the meme coins on Solana is flying high yet again. It's another pump.fun ecosystem token. Let's have a look at some on-chain data to try to figure out whether or not this rally can last. Let's try to find out who's buying here, who's selling here. Now we're currently at 5 cents. We're up more than 60% today alone. And the nice thing about the token is that it's still 100% traded on-chain, which means we can directly look at the transactions on Solana and see what's going on. There's no black boxes in terms of centralized exchanges, and there is potential upside, right, once we get the listing on those centralized exchanges. Now, crypto is all about being early. It's buying when there's still enough upside potential. Let's have a look at Nomnom relative to other meme coins that are currently trending on Solana. So this is dexscreener.com. It shows the on-chain activity, and we are ordering here the top trending tokens by their liquidity pool size. And Nomnom is currently at place 22. It's one of the top performers in that region, besides the OPK token, but that was launched only 11 days ago. The risk profile here is very different. Now here's the first little piece of on-chain data that I believe everybody should look at. You don't need any fancy tools for this. Simply just go to dexscreener.com and have a look at this here. We can of course see how the price went up in the last 24 hours, but we can also have a look at the buying volume versus selling volume. Now what's interesting here, we can see that there is 58% of buyers versus 42% of sellers, but the buying volume does not have that much of a discrepancy. In other words, the buyers tend to buy less than the sellers sell. So current holders are taking profit. When you sell a token after a 700% increase, of course, you've got way more dollars that you're moving around compared to when you simply just buy. This is a very natural behavior. It shows that the rally is somewhat organic. I also think it's a great approach in general. When you buy a token and it suddenly doubles the next day, taking out the initial cannot hurt. There's simply too many people that became paper millionaires, but then all the wealth came crashing back down again. It's important to take profit from time to time. Now, to find out whether or not this rally can continue, we of course can't just look at the website, right? Everybody looks at websites. The websites are entertaining, but they don't really give us a market edge. We want to look at data most people aren't considering. But yes, the website is somewhat funny. Let's first have a look whether or not there is obvious manipulation going on. So we've got roughly 5,000 followers on Twitter or on the X platform. We've got 3,000 followers in the Telegram channel, and we've got 7,000 holders on chain. So all of those numbers somewhat match. This is good. A red flag would be if one of those numbers suddenly is one order of magnitude higher than the others. Now, why am I talking about Nomnom in the first place? The reason is I like to trade where currently the attention is. I like to trade where currently the gains are made. The overall altcoin market as a whole is actually currently losing against Bitcoin. It's the meme coins, it's the pump.fun ecosystem tokens that outperform. The rest is not doing that well. Have a look at this. This is the performance of various crypto categories in the last 7 days. Pump.fun seems to be at number 1, but it's actually at number 2. Number 1 are the zoo-themed tokens. So that of course also includes Peanut and the Fred token. We've talked about both on this channel. Now within Pump.fun, Nomnom is one of the top performers. And the reason why I think it's interesting is because the market cap is exactly in that sweet spot. It's not at the billions of dollars yet, where it's very hard to again double and triple, but it's also not just 6 million where we could see a rug pull tomorrow. It's just right in terms of risk versus reward. The market cap is 57 million. Upon a listing on a centralized exchange, this could easily also 10x like the ACT token did or like Peanut did. And so I've talked about this now several times on this video. Let's have a look at the on-chain metrics. What we've got over here is the number of first-time traders on the left and the number of token transactions on the right. Please ignore the latest data point because today has just started. We can see how the number of transactions is absolutely blowing up in the last 3 days. But there is something dodgy happening with the number of first-time traders. It seems like there had been some artificial manipulation at the beginning because 19,000 first-time traders on a day makes 0 sense when the number of recurring traders is only 244. Again, when we look at the holders now on chain, we only have 7,000. So this very much looks like wash trading. This looks like a lot of wallets that bought and subsequently sold just to generate some volume, just to generate some attention. When we filter those first-time traders out and we just look at the recurring traders, we do see somewhat of a natural trend though. So it appears as if we have seen in the last 3 days some real growth here, some organic growth. Now, who are those buyers? Is this small retail? Is this the whales? On the left side, we see the trading volume on the decentralized exchange, so mainly Radium. On the right side, we see this normalized to 100% per day. So left side US dollars, right side percentages. And as so often with meme coins, we see that attention comes in waves. Now have a look at what happened, relatively speaking, with that trading volume. It appears as if the largest of the wallets are taking up more and more of the trading volume. So this is not just 1,000 small little wallets that are buying. It's the wallets that already have between $10,000 and $100,000 worth of the token that continue trading. Now here's what's so fascinating. It seems like the number of whale wallets, so the number of wallets that have at least $100,000 worth of the token, is not going up. The number of retail wallets is though. Now how organic is that growth? Your guess is as good as mine because it's very, very quick, but this is a hot market. On the left side, we see the number of wallets that have at least 20,000 tokens. So at the current price, that's roughly $1,000 worth of the token. In the middle, it's a minimum holding of $10,000. On the right, a minimum holding of $100,000. And so yes, the number of whales is coming down somewhat, but seeing growth across both of those cohorts is relatively reassuring. If we only saw growth here on those very small scales and zero growth on those two other segments, then it would really look like manipulation. But here it's not really clear. This can be very much organic. Now the number of whale wallets is not going up. The holdings by those whale wallets though is. And that's not just in terms of US dollars here on the right, it's also relatively speaking. So when we look at the entire token balance, the whales now hold almost 60% of the supply. Small and medium-sized retail together only hold roughly 10% of the supply. So those are the wallets that have less than $10,000 worth of the token. Yes, the US dollar value of small retail went up by roughly 7x, but the value that's held by the whales went up way, way more than that, by roughly 300x. Now, let me show you how I find those kinds of tokens very early in a second. But before we do this, feel free to subscribe. I publish videos on various meme coins regularly on this channel. And again, I try to be very early. Now, how is it possible to spot a token like Peanut, that is now the largest of the Pump Fund ecosystem tokens? How is it possible to spot such a token early? It went up by almost 1,500% in the last 7 days, and it's now got a market cap of more than $2 billion at a price of $2.14. The way to find those wallets is through wallet tracking. So we want to know wallets that tended to do very good calls in the past, that potentially also have a very good following, that tend to be insiders. We want to have these very valuable wallets, and we then track whenever they buy and sell. And so have a look at this. We've got Stan Crypto and Crypto Banter, who bought Peanut at only 3 cents. Since then, we are up almost 7,000%. Crypto Banter has a huge following. They definitely influence prices. They've got more than 1 million followers on YouTube. And through our on-chain analysis, we found more than 33 of their wallets. In total, we track more than 400 wallets. So we've also got wallets by Kyle Chessy, 12 to be more exact. We've also got wallets by Crypto Gains, who tends to do very risky plays that can 100x though. 55 wallets of him in total. And so I strongly believe in this approach. I don't think the best is to just randomly scroll a list of meme coins and then buy something. The best is to follow the people that already have a good track record, because crypto is both a game of luck and skill, right? The more the game is played, the more capital allocates to the people that have the skill, and the luck component becomes less and less important. So I like to follow whales. I like to follow the people that did do the right calls in the past. And so I've made a dedicated tutorial course just on how to find different wallets of influencers, of top traders, how to then track those wallets and get alerts whenever they buy and sell, and how to then subsequently also interpret the alerts that we get. It's all part of the premium membership. There's not just wallet tracking in premium, right? There's also on-chain analytics, all the charts that we looked at today, the tools for that and how to use them is also in premium. What we've also got over there is risk management, portfolio diversification, etc. There's more than 100 tutorial videos in total. So feel free to check it out. It's currently $125 per month. The price will increase the next week. There is a 1-week money back guarantee. So in case you don't like premium, in case you don't make money, just message me within the first 7 days and I'll refund you 100%. There's really zero risk for you. And so I'm considering to buy some Nomnom tokens as well. I haven't bought any yet, but I might buy some after publishing of this video by rotating some of the gains I made in other coins into that token. If you got some value out of this video, feel free to subscribe. I publish this regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. Helps the channel grow. See you in the next video, or see you in premium. Cheers.